So in terms of your career at this point and different sizes of companies, I know from what we do, there's a lot of companies that they're not big enough to maybe even think about this. Where if you were starting a company or you were brought in to lead different sizes of companies, how would you describe, like, when should people start thinking about this company wise from a size standpoint, whether it be consulting, paying for somebody to maybe do some of this on the side, or actually making that investment in a permanent position?
Yeah. So again, we're gonna kind of talk about scope. Right. So there's a lot of different scope that you can make this as a big of a position or as small as a position as what will fit your budget and resources. So like I kind of started our conversation talking about most of the regulatory people that are on this call, they probably are already doing some of this already.
It's a part of their job, right?
Yeah,
you have to do it.
Part of their job. Now, I think what ends up happening, though, is if you as a company rely too heavily on your regulatory people that are doing submission work,
you're going to burn them out.
To also then, try to keep up with all the fire hose of changing regulations that are happening globally, you're going to burn them out. And you're also going to probably not allow them the time required to actually get good enough information. Maybe they see a little bit here, maybe they see a little bit there, but they're not really doing a full look. They're not maybe getting enough time to fully understand or fully appreciate all the things that are happening, and they might not make all the connections that you need, and something's going to fall through the cracks. It just is, right?
Right.
So if that's where you are, and if that's what you're doing, is you're relying on the regulatory people that you already have to do this work, which is in itself a full-time job, and then also do the submission work, something is going to fall through the cracks. I think that's what's going to happen. But so what do you do? Well, I think what you can try to do is, if you can't really afford like another full-time person or anything like that, is at least try to pull back of their submission time. So if you have them doing submissions, basically 100%, and you just say, and as a side job, you're also supposed to just make sure that you're up on all the changes. It's like, when are they supposed to do that? Well, if you actually write that in as part of their job description and give them the time, allot them the time, maybe once a week, they could spend the day or even half the day, if that's all you can, just, researching, looking for changes and trying to keep up with that. So allot them the time to do that. And again, you can also pay for a subscription service or something to that effect. Sometimes it can be as inexpensive as maybe half of another full-time employee. So if that's, amount of money that you can afford, and then everybody would have access to this, and something that gets curated for like your type of devices or your type of industry, and then you get a newsletter once a week, and then you can scan it and just really look into it. That's also another alternative that you can do.